Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo, hey yo. We about to live stream. This is live from the Accelerator. Dun, dun, dun.
Live from Iowa. It's
We have, a,
Tuesday Night Live.
we have a great collection of people here. International Yang Gang here.
As it should be.
And let's see, what do we do? Let's see. First of all, we have 0 watchers. So if you want your friends to see you right now, you can tweet the stream. The stream, the YouTube channel is Yang Gang Street Team.
You guys on Twitter?
Wait, no, Yang Gang. Yeah, do we have a Twitter? Shoot. You can tag me though, Levenade, Levenade.
Too far.
Yeah, we did that. We made that, but then like I didn't have somebody to help me with that, so I dropped it. It's so much work.
This is how I feel about my church right now.
Oh, good. So you were over at the Iowa office and okay.
All right, we got.
Well, actually, I got some more coffee downstairs.
Hey, let's
Oh, I can make more coffee if you guys want.
where we can sit. You know, we can sit a person here. We can sit a person here. Make yourselves comfortable. You feel free to stand if you like that.
Go back and canvas some more.
Chow Tran. Chow Tran asks, any news on Dave Chappelle door knocking? Yes, you know, rumor has it that he's actually door knocking right now in Iowa. It's a rumor, or is it for real? I don't know. It's probably real. But, you know, we were like, oh, maybe we should go track him down. But see, that wouldn't be, you know, to the best for the campaign, right?
Stay home.
Right.
Give him space.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
It's like what age range he's hitting.
But who are you?
Well, I mean, if he's in this town, he's getting college students. But if he's out in the country,
Copy link.
older people, you know.
Tweets.
It was like
I'm going to
obvious
tweets.
Yesterday, 100% of people we talked about Chappelle knew who he was on the campus. You know, it's like obvious, you know, like, but it's also, you know, that's an accomplishment, you know, for sure.
Does anyone want coffee? I can make some.
Da-na-na-na-na.
Take your job.
We're making giant mess. I'm really good at that.
Or, I meant to take out the trash. I'll do it after this.
How many more talks do you plan on doing?
The last one that I know for sure is tomorrow. Well, that's like the last of my talks, and then I should actually be introducing Andrew on Thursday.
Thursday, that's the day after.
His talk in
You know
Dubuque.
where?
Dubuque.
Is that like east side, central?
That's how you pronounce it, right? Dubuque.
I've heard of you.
But
Dubuque.
Okay.
After, you should come to the
Oh
Trump
yeah,
rally
that's on
at
the
Drake.
east side.
what's that?
There's a Trump rally at Drake on Thursday. I'm pretty sure Trump will be there. If he's not there, I don't know.
I would go if I was not here.
Since debates Trump live with UBI questions. You can't ignore Yang now.
Trump supporters.
Hey, no, seriously, if we have a large group of Yang supporters at the Trump rally, that'd be fun. Fun, right?
Oh,
That'd
yeah.
be good.
Outside, I don't really want to go in that much, but I don't know.
I mean, uh,
Got a little crazy.
well, I've heard stories that there would be like a Trump rally in a town, and then there'd be a counter protest, and things would get like all fucked up, and then a bunch of Yang Gang would come and actually talk to the Trump voters and have connected conversations, and that makes the news. Because we are able to. I mean, a lot of us are former Trump voters, right?
Yeah.
Hey, what's his name? Kit? Kit? Oh, you're not staying?
I'm gonna go knock on some more doors and
doing the good work.
Well, all right.
He's going to Chappelle tonight, so.
Alright, see you guys at the show.
Alright, see you at the show, man.
Freaking hustlers, I love it.
Yeah, he's the man.
Kyoto Starcraft says, "What's up, Yang Gang?" Hey, what's up, Kyoto Starcraft? When Faye gets back, we will do like just name where you're from, first round, quick, short, and then we'll be like, what's the next prompt? We could do, what's the most exciting thing you've experienced for the past 2 days? Something like that. And then maybe the third round would be, what are you working on? Yeah?
I'm doing my job right now.
Chang chang.
That's the nice part about it.
Yeah, oh, what are you working on and what do you need? Is there anything that you're needing that can be,
Yeah.
the group can help out with?
That's true. Yeah.
Because this is the Yang Accelerator after all, and that's kind of what we try to do.
What's up?
Unblock people. Whether that be like they lack a tool, they lack some contacts, some skills, anything, resources. So, yeah. What? Okay, somebody else left. Yeah.
What's going on?
We're gonna do like a circle,
Oh, okay.
connection circle.
Cool.
Yeah. Let's see, Anthony says, how do you deal with people who can't recognize a better idea? So I'm guessing that you mean
Burners.
when you're, yeah. Burgers.
Translation?
Right. Okay, so real quick, what you do is you find out where they're right. You find what their model of the world is, and you want to make sure that, first of all, you're not judging their model of the world, even though you don't have to agree with it, but you have to be like, they're right in their universe. And so that way you don't, it's also an exercise in humility, right? You also, even though you think they're stupid, you're probably right, but still, it doesn't matter. Be humble and find out where they're right and repeat that back to them. Everybody wants to be seen for their genius, and so your job is to see them for their genius, appreciate them, and they'll feel appreciated by you. And then you're like, hey, but I've seen this and I've considered that, maybe you haven't, so let me show you something. Right.
I would just like to add on to that by first saying that Levin is right.
Very good, very good. See, I like that. we got rapport now.
And so a way of thinking about it that I do is to think that everybody is essentially speaking their own language. And what you want to do is figure out what language they're speaking and speak to them in their language so that they can hear you. And so part of this is listening to them and like translating and then speaking translated back to them. Because otherwise, that's where you just get people bumping up against each other and not hearing each
Can
other,
you give an
not
example?
speaking each other. Yeah, so someone can say, let's say you're speaking to like a hardcore Trump supporter or something, and maybe they're like super anti-welfare, and they're thinking that people deserve to be poor, they're lazy, these kinds of things. So like one way is just like not listening to them and saying like, you're wrong, people aren't lazy, and that kind of thing. Of course, you're just going to be like, no, I know this person, they're super lazy, and I know this person, they're super lazy, they're just on welfare, and they're doing nothing. So that's like an example of like, not just like butting heads, but then, a way of agreeing with them, like Levin said, and like listening to them in this case. So they believe that people are lazy on welfare, and then you can use that, and you can say, well, is it possible that people are essentially incentivized to not accept employment on welfare because they can end up worse off because they'll lose that. And so therefore you're saying that it's not necessarily the people that are lazy, it's the system that is making them lazy. And so therefore we can fix that by making sure that we no longer disincentivize work and that we remove that disincentive through basic income. And so if people can hear that, a lot of times then like the light bulb goes off and it's like, oh, I get it. And so they wouldn't have understood that if you had just said they're wrong, you know, people aren't lazy.
Yeah.
But you essentially did get that message across, but in a way that they heard, because you're saying that the system is making them act in a way that we all would in that situation.
Word. Little communication tricks.
Can I
Wisdom.
add? Can I
Wisdom.
add? Thanks for sharing that. But one of the things that we do as a company last year was we focused a lot on, you know, what's the right thing, on how to do the right thing.
Sorry, guys.
And
Everything's fine.
when we do that, sometimes when we talk to people who we think are wrong, we make them feel really bad. So actually, a big part of communication now for me, and it's just like starting for me to try and focus on more to be more effective as a leader, is to focus on how people feel.
Yeah.
Always paying attention to words that would lift people up
Right.
and say things that would make them feel good. And when they feel good, they're never open. But if you see that they're irritated, just back off and try to engage in the conversation in a way that that allows them not to be sort of pushed into a corner. Right? So a lot of the
And
Bernie supporters, for example, like they've been backing Bernie for a very long time. That is part of their identity.
yeah.
And if you
So like
tell them they're
empathize with
wrong,
that first, right?
exactly. So if you're telling them they're wrong, you basically are saying that all their work is worthless over all these years. And that's very hard for anyone to take. So actually this morning, I had a Bernie supporter I was talking to. She literally was trying to escape when I was sharing just very normally about some of the reasons, like the policy behind democracy dollars and healthcare and all of, and my experience in welfare. She was trying to run away, but then like she realized that she's still gotta be around to get her coffee, so she came back. So at that point, I just kind of backed off and I didn't share anymore, and just making sure that hey,
Yeah.
I understand this is all everybody's pushing towards the same goal, and I think we just have different ways of approaching it.
You calibrated.
Yeah.
You
Always paying attention to how
you were tuned into her, and you were able to calibrate because you read her. So that's an example of listening while you're talking. And I've been, because Yang Gang loves to talk. So so if you just keep one thing in mind, like even communication is 100% listening, and even as you're talking, you should be listening to how you're being heard. So that just keeps your awareness real time on people. That helps a lot.
Yeah, and so many people, they just want to be heard.
Yeah.
And so, it's all really pretty annoying if we just walk up to each other and just start like spewing words on top of each other. If there's an exchange that happens. And so, yeah, it's just really important to just, especially listen.
Listening.
Listening. And so, and part of listening is really, there's a gift in listening itself. Like you don't even have to process it. You don't have to like respond in a certain way. It's just listening, and so that someone knows that they're being heard can itself be a very powerful thing for people to, and can help build bridges there where there wouldn't exist bridges otherwise.
Yeah. So that thing's called reflective listening, and it's like, it sometimes would sound like, oh, so I just heard you say that.
Yeah, you're confirming.
People just want to be listened to.
Yeah.
And then so then that because sometimes you heard that person, but that person doesn't know you heard them, so they'll keep talking. Yeah. A lot of good stuff. But okay, let's do just quick intros, name and where you're from, just that, and then we'll go around again for more.
Yo, what's up? My name's Tu, and I'm from Vietnam.
From Vietnam.
Yo, what up? My name's Chris, and I'm from San Diego and Nevada.
San Diego, Nevada.
My name is Scott Santons, and I live in New Orleans, Louisiana.
All right.
Mark Clucko here from Metro Detroit Yang Gang.
Detroit.
Ted Charpentier from Minnesota and then San Diego.
Ted.
Hi, hello, Faye Downey here, San Diego and Portland, Oregon area.
All right.
I'm Jamie. I'm originally from England, but I live just north of Seattle in Bellingham, Washington.
All right. And I'm Levin. I am from San Diego. And somebody just said, gave you a shout out, Scott, and he called you Saint Santins. All right, then you're moving up in the world. Sainted.
gotta change your Twitter name now.
Let's
Well,
see.
there is a parody account that someone made, and it's called Scott Sainton.
Oh my gosh.
And I do have like a Halo. And like he specifically tries to like be even nicer versions of things. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, because sometimes you can be kind of cruel with just how reasonable you are with the people who are not being reasonable. That is so fun to see. It's just like a clean slice, like whoop, your head's off. Okay. What do we say? What did we say we're gonna do next? Like what's the most exciting thing that's happened to you recently? Yeah,
Sure.
sound good?
Gang related or?
Anything.
Actually, anything. Let's do
Okay, I
anything.
wasn't
Yeah.
really sure if this was more of
Yeah.
Yes, I've been following High One on Twitter for a long time, and finally I got to meet him yesterday.
Hey,
All right.
there you go.
Yeah.
Cool.
I got tickets to Dave Chappelle today, baby. We're doing a concert
Yeah.
show. Let's go.
Dave Chappelle. That's right.
There's lots of exciting things. Like it was really nice to finally see Andrew again the other day, because really that was the last time I saw Andrew was when we were sitting down at Kushan Butcher, which is like my favorite lunch place in New Orleans, and we met and he wanted to talk about something, and that's when he said that he was thinking of running for president. And what I thought about that.
Seriously, it's been that long
That's
since you.
yeah, it's been that long
Holy
since I saw him.
Oh wow.
So just so much has happened.
Yeah.
The conception of the young.
And it was just so great to see him again and just like congratulate him on how things are going.
Hey, somebody said we should sit closer so the audio is better. What do you guys think about?
Yeah, we got wheelie chairs, right?
Yeah. Wheelie chairs.
Let's mobilize.
Let's not be strangers. Thanks for the tip, Lou Mansfield. You guys know Lou? Anybody know Lou Mansfield? Sounds like a familiar name.
Quick pause. Did everyone share the live stream that wants to share the live stream?
Yeah, if you want your friends to watch us, you can tweet it to them, message it to them. The YouTube channel is Yang Gang.
Instead of a few clicks.
I did already share it too. So it was really exciting to see Andrew again after all this time. And I also quite enjoyed the mock caucus last night.
Last night? That was last night?
Yeah. And so just kind of experiencing that process. And it was really exciting to see that, in the first round that we were viable. And then to watch as like the people standing in Biden's corner and Amy's corner were not viable. And also Tulsi was not viable either. And then no one at all stood in, John Delaney.
That does sound exciting.
Yeah. But what's
Wait.
also interesting is that so many people stood in the undecided corner. The undecided was viable, and so that's a new rule change this year in the Democratic caucus.
Huh.
Is that if enough people stand in undecided to become viable, then those people are locked in. They cannot choose to go to another candidate. They're permanently undecided.
What?
And then undecided gets delegates, and then so undecided
What?
delegates
Oh,
go to the convention, and then it's at the convention that they can just choose whoever they want at the convention.
Wow.
Not even the people.
Yeah.
You think that
Wow.
could benefit Yang then?
Bruh.
You think that could
That's a
benefit
brilliant feature, I think.
That's awesome
What?
for
Yang? You think that could
them,
benefit
though.
Yang?
I think that benefits the
That-
establishment.
I don't know.
Ooh, yeah, I mean, that's a good point.
Yeah.
The reason that they did that is that so there was like some gaming going on where so if you because this like goes by ratios. So like if you have enough people in your corner, then let's say they could like kind of convince somebody to move to like another candidate to like get them like to subtract from that other candidate by going to the one over here, and so like by doing this like undecided fix apparently, then it changes that like if
Yep.
you just gotta go there and stay there. So it's really
How-
weird.
I
How-
hope Undecided is not viable, man. Because it's not fun.
How accurate is this mock caucus? Was it just for practice, or does it actually elucidate
I
some
mean,
real dynamics that could happen?
Yeah, so like on the one hand, it is kind of backed up just from like the youth, the college poll today,
Uh-huh.
that we see that there's like all, you know,
Gang, gang.
number one
Yeah.
is gang, so that's good. But yeah, it was just, it's like self-selected. There are obviously people there from Bernie's group on campus and from Warren's group on campus and St. Pete's group on campus, and of course we, the Yang Gang, were there for the same reason. What was interesting was that watching where people went from first round to second round, and so between and in the first round, Bernie had I believe it was 30 people in his section. And after the second round, he had 32. He gained 30 as well. Like, he didn't gain any. He gained 0 people. And Warren in the first round, I think she had 29 people. So she was actually in second in the first round. And then she gained, I think it was 5 people in the second round. So then she actually went on top of Bernie and got, she came out first because she got more people.
Mm-hmm.
And then Yang and Pete tied with 24 people each after the second round.
Cool.
So all of us had kind of similar numbers, and we all got 2 delegates according to like the mock, delegate kind of rules. So it was interesting to see that we tied for third out of this, and we were certainly viable, and yeah, it was just really exciting.
This is really happening. It was a couple weeks ago that I had the experience of like a gear shift from like, gotta make this happen, to like, wait a minute, it's actually happening.
Yeah.
And we kind of,
Yeah, we were
we were in our rhythm,
like week
right?
or so, but like it was rightful panic, right? Like we were like, okay, it's time, get
Right.
out there if you can.
But it was
And-
effective, yeah.
And so these past 3 weeks, are you kidding me?
So good.
It's been an influx.
Look at this. It's just not gonna declare it's officially happening, but it's every signs are pointing to it's happening.
Right? It's a different kind of panic we're in. It's like, oh my gosh, my gosh. It's like almost like, it's like really happening. It's like that. Just imagine like, when it really does happen, now it's about having. Now what the fuck do we do there? That's gonna be ecstatic. All right, let's see. We're gonna keep going around. Keep it a little short. How about our time, you guys, for like
That works.
2 minutes? 2 minute shares? Yeah.
Or just pass if it's before then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just so because everybody will get their turn.
All
All right.
Put up a tweet too for this.
Okay.
So we'll be in a much larger spotlight. Oh, what am I?
Yeah,
doing?
you're-
I'm sorry. I've, like, lost
What's the
my-
most exciting thing
The exciting.
recently?
Finally having just the means to be able to meet up with everyone that I've been interacting with for the past 6, 7, 8, 9 months. And I'll give you like a 98% rate, which is quite good for people on the internet that you meet not being creeps in real life.
Yeah.
Everyone here is past 70%, so we're all okay. No one's sweating.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, hey, I'm sitting next to Scott Sands right now after like knowing this guy for like, his whole Twitter presence, and it's like, oh, this is all real, and it's all culminating right now.
Yeah, like we are bots.
Yeah,
That was so last week.
Still simulation.
Meme candidate.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's reset. Ted?
I saw Andrew Yang speak in person today for the first time. And thoroughly enjoyed it.
What was
Nice.
your favorite thing?
Just being as close as I possibly was to
Yeah.
possibly the new president of the United States.
Yeah.
Did you get your selfie
What-
with them afterwards too?
I did not.
Oh, yeah, we should get one, bro.
Were you at the one that was the first one or the second one of the day?
Nevada. I don't know.
The second one, yeah. They were. That's because they're doing the Dave Chappelle thing right now.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
they better get some coverage for that.
What did you say to me in the car? Like you said something like when we left that venue.
I don't remember.
Okay. Something like
Something like that.
yeah, because I didn't realize.
Kind of like really hit home what he was saying to hear him say it.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's my own voice when I read the book in my head, you know, but to hear someone who knows so much more of what I'm trying to learn talk about it seems to be more convincing to my head.
And you've seen him obviously like on podcasts and the
No, I
town
don't
halls and
really- I
stuff
don't
on
know.
YouTube. Oh, you haven't?
I mean, a little bit here and there, little blurbs. I saw a commercial.
So that was even like your first town hall. That you watched.
Yeah. I've not really
I think Ted's a little newer to the
Just
a little
Yeah.
more recently down the rabbit hole entrance.
Yeah.
So
You know, so I mean, I had heard Levin speak about
Mhm.
you know his policies and you know, but to hear him say it, it was
Yeah.
Inspiring.
moving.
Yeah.
Inspiring is a good word too.
yeah.
He's
Yep.
great.
Cool.
Hi.
Fair.
So I would say one of the best things that has been my experience this whole time is just watching the Yang Gang grow and work together and just teach each other and include each other and keep each other like accountable for like being like good, decent human beings, but also like in a way that is really more uplifting and adding value just everywhere. And then we go out and we have fun and we include the community and we get to like, the community has this like, what is this energy? Like, who are these people? Like,
Where'd they come from?
what's going on here? And I see their eyes like curiosity and, you know, gears turning, and I'm like, yeah, we're part of that. We are that, you know. And it's just like, we can create something so big here that I'm so excited, because like I've been extrapolating it in my mind for a while. I'm like, man, can you imagine if we had gang groups like this everywhere across the US? Oh, the things we could do, you know. So yeah, I'm just a tiny bit excited about that.
Word, tiny bit. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so guess what's yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Most exciting thing for the last few days for me is just being in Ames, because I've been in Iowa a few weeks now, but mostly just down in the Des Moines area. And so it's been a nice change of pace, meeting the Yang Gang up here, making new connections with like Faye and Levin, and really hit it off with Storm. And Storm's actually moving to Washington, where I live, in the fall. So we're gonna link up again there. And so it's just like meeting new people, making even more connections with people who.
From all across the US.
Yeah, people with similar mentalities and similar visions for the future who I never would have met otherwise without this campaign.
Yeah, and
so
Storm-
it's been awesome.
Storm said he was going to wilderness school, right?
Yeah,
You're gonna
yeah.
join him in doing that?
I'm not going to join him in wilderness school, but
Okay.
he's where he's doing the wilderness school is only like an hour from where I'm at, and so I told him just show up to Washington a week or so early, so come spend a week with me in Bellingham.
It's pretty much.
Word.
Yeah, it's
Wilderness school.
Yeah, and then just like campaigning on the campus and everything, and with the college student crowd, that demographic has just been a bit different
No,
in
it's
Des Moines,
kind of
and
just like
it's
celebration.
you know
Then you've got the-
Yang does really well with the youth, so it's like felt pretty promising doing it on the college campuses. Down in Des Moines, I kind of learned that the little old ladies have been my specialty down there.
Oh, yeah?
I've yanged a lot of little old ladies,
Mhm.
but
Yeah, we each have our niche.
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Maybe that'll be our next prompt. Like, what is your niche?
yeah.
Well, yeah,
Right?
old ladies is tough because we don't do as well with older, so you
Yeah.
share like little strategies.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I could do that now, or like when I go around again. Or...
Yeah, let's go around again. Well, let's see, me. Yo, I love what happened today, even though it was like very emotionally tenuous and stressful and kind of delicate. I've been studying conflict mediation and I'm a life coach, but I never had many official clients. I just kind of like one of the hobbies I got into after I was able to quit the corporate world. You can turn around and make it.
There we go.
And then
And then turn it around again. Bottom left, yeah.
There we go.
So I like a lot of my skills got to be used today. Just there's in any movement there's misunderstandings. There's a lot of people from all different kinds of backgrounds in this movement. Everybody feels super passionate about it, and you know, everybody has these grand ideas. And a lot of times we can step on each other's toes. And me being a conflict mediator, I was able to step in and kind of make everybody refocus them on why they're here in the first place. and maybe let go of their attachment on like how specifically they envision being here. So that felt really good. And this house has been chaotic and like in a really good way. It's like what are we like gypsies? We're like nomads. We're like it's like
We're like
chaos
yang
gypsies.
Yang gang.
Yeah, we're yang gang. So yeah, and this place is exciting. It's exciting having everybody here. Yeah. Okay, what is your special skill and your niche? How's that? Like what are you best at?
What are your strengths? How do you optimize the yang gang?
Well, I run a startup back in Ho Chi Minh City, so I've had to convince a lot of people to join the team. When there was nothing, so being able to create a vision for people to believe in and to contribute to, I think I've been able to manage to do that with our team. So that's actually why I feel like, if I have that skill of being able to share my thoughts and my perspective, or like anything with someone, and be able to get them to see what I consider to be, because your truth is different from someone else, right? But what I consider to be pretty close to the truth.
So you're very convincing. Is that what you mean? Would you say? Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and so generally, I've been able to do that with our team and our guests, our customers. So hopefully I can contribute that here in Iowa.
So
And
you.
New Hampshire. I'll be in New Hampshire.
So when you were doing your startup, it took a lot of convincing people and inspiring people about your idea, right? Is that what you were saying at first?
It's actually not so much about the idea, but when people talk to me, I simply share with them why I came to Vietnam and why I was doing the work that I was doing, why we were building the company the way we were, supporting local businesses, what was the rationale behind that. And when people see that you are being genuine, and then I think that's just easier for people to say, look, that's real. And that's why I think a lot of people like Andrew Yang, because he's very genuine. His work is there already.
Right.
He's simply telling people what he has been doing, and so that helps to get them to envision, okay, what's my role in this? How can I contribute? And when people start asking that question, it's kind of easy, right? The rest is
They're already there, yeah.
so.
Cool. Chris.
I think we should all try to focus on connecting people and helping provide value. I think a lot of relationships we have, they fit in well with each other. Someone's good at something, someone needs help in something, and making connections so that we can, further everything that we're trying to do. For example, Scott's trying to connect with a pretty prominent YouTuber, and I was able to, have a connection with him for something I did. So I'm trying to now connect them together. So if you have relationships, you should always try to think about how you can provide value to the, to connect people together. And that's really helpful for the campaign. I think the campaign's, got endorsements. So keep trying to get endorsements from people. That's what I'm working on, and spread the word of Yang. For example, there was a fundraiser in Las Vegas that actually got canceled because Andrew's grandma died. But it was a poker fundraiser, and I basically told all these poker players who were prominent in the scene about Andrew Yang. And one of them, who was up for an award for Personality of the Year in the poker scene, he was skeptical about going to the event because he didn't want to come off like he liked Andrew over some other candidate and, hurt his viewership. So he didn't end up committing, but now we found out that, so we tried to provide value there for this YouTuber, but we found out a couple days ago that he started to look at Andrew's content, and now he's come out as an endorsement of Andrew now. He only has 30,000 subscribers on YouTube, but I think that can still help. It can get.
But you
Okay.
helped plant the seed.
You planted the seed. A question.
Yeah. So,
How do you do it? Like you're good. You're really good at your niche is like influencers, other influencers, right? Podcasters. So when you say you wanted to tell poker players about Yang, what did you do? Did you already know them, or like was it people you heard of but they haven't talked to you before?
I think like if you can understand someone and understand the struggles that they go through in their creative process or their daily workload, you can understand what can help them. And when you understand how you can help someone by providing them that help or telling them how to help them, then they can see the value in it. It's like almost like showing someone the value in something is the way to get someone to do something.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's hard to show someone the value of something if you don't know them.
So how did you end up telling poker players about Andrew Yang? Like, did you just call him up or message him on Instagram or something?
So basically, a lot of poker players want to become more prominent in their scene. They want to be David Nagano or Phil Hellmuth or something. So our event actually already had those players almost committed to the fundraiser. So by telling these players that, okay, you can now come to this fundraiser to kind of, connect with these other players, although Andrew Yang's involved as well, it's like a win-win for everyone. So, seeing what they kind of want to do, how it can help their platform, and giving them that way to associate with the top names.
Cool.
Gets
So
them
you
primed to go.
throw an event that will benefit all of them or something and invite them to it.
Yeah, you just gotta see how can someone be helped and try to show them like this is something that's good
Cool.
and provide value. So
All right.
yeah, I love that.
Thanks, dude. Scott?
Yeah, so I mean, my niche is unconditional based income, and I guess something that I seem to do well is I can take like complicated stuff and simplify it down and kind of translate it into a way that people can better understand and find interesting and motivating. And that was kind of that was my goal from the beginning. It's because there's like all this academic stuff about basic income, and it's like people aren't gonna read that. And these articles weren't being written about basic income, and they weren't like connecting the dots to basic income. You see an article about automation, see an article about poverty, and these issues, and there's just nothing about the potential solution.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I got in and started like kind of imagine myself as like a Johnny Appleseed kind of person, like making sure that there's all these seeds out there that can sprout over time and that people can find. Because again, going back to where people speak in different languages, there's a lot of different ways of coming at the idea of basic income. And so I wanted to get a whole lot of all those different angles out there so that people could find them if they were looking for them. And getting that from that perspective and then go from there.
From what I've seen of you doing that, you have a lot of like really academic papers on Medium, and then you also have videos. The one cute one that I saw, I don't know if you were the one who made it, was the Monster Zinc one.
Yeah, I didn't make the video idea, but yeah, I wrote it.
That was so
and
great.
Recorded it, and then someone helped put that to
Yeah.
yeah. I would love to see more of that because I just plain like video essays anyways myself, like personally.
Or did you have any part to play with that in that
Not
video?
in the video editing
Okay.
for that, but once I did see Scott's video on it, because I mean, it's your video, you wrote the whole script and you're putting the pieces together. Granted, there is a lot to be said about the video editing, making that work out. But anyways, honestly, to riff off of Scott there, he's all about UBI, and I'm all about grabbing anything to create media around people talking about UBI. And taking a lot of pictures and video and all that of it.
Yeah.
And so far, I mean, what was it, last week? Got to an event. Shout out Caramel. First thing, Caramel, if anyone doesn't know, it's Eric Sanchez, our traveling press secretary. Special shout out to him because he's been crazy loving to me. And the first thing he said to me at this event, last I was in Iowa, is like, dude, I've been following you on Twitter, and your shots are like some of the best I've seen in my feed. And like when you hear like a campaign staffer tell you that, you're just like elated, and you're just like, okay, yeah, you've got me for this entire cycle. You at least got me through the DNC convention and all that. But all in all, it's too much fun, and I can't not come out here.
Too much fun. Can't not do it. That's it. Ted?
You can pass me. I'm
All right.
for the ride.
All right. What I like about Ted is he's super willing, and he's always down to help. And his breakfast scrambles are
Oh
dope.
my god, his food is so good. This man can cook.
Oh yeah, he made soup. That soup night.
Hey,
Did he make me some steak?
Oh, he made you steak. Yeah. So it's not all just campaigning out here. We eat.
Good for morale, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the question again?
What are you good at, and what's your niche?
All right. I'm good at talking to people, I think, and maybe just in general, alleviating just minor things or add a little spark to their day. We all need to recharge a little bit, and I think this campaign sometimes can like knock you on your ass a little bit if you're like working too hard and forget to take a break. Sometimes it's just shoving a puppet in someone's hand and forcing, or not forcing them, but I don't know, comic relief helps. But really having conversations that are real and deep and engaging, and I thoroughly enjoy doing that. So it's my selfish reason behind it. But yeah.
All right. Oops.
Yeah, so like I just said earlier, out canvassing, it just turned out that my niece's little old ladies have been doing pretty well.
Yeah.
That sounds a little
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
No, you
know.
need that around
So,
here.
like,
They
for
vote.
example, it was my second night canvassing, and it was getting close to the end of the night. It was like 6 p.m. Dark outside, getting cold. I knocked on this woman's door, and she invited me in out of the cold for a coffee, and I spent like an hour with her. And I think it was important that once we got to talking and like just connecting on a personal level, talking about our personal lives, it was important not to be like overly eager to steer the conversation to Yang. And by the end of about an hour, we'd probably spent like half of it just talking and like connecting on a personal level, like her showing me pictures of her grandkids and stuff like that. And then we did spend about half the time talking politics. She's been a lifelong Democrat and was quite well versed. She had just finished reading Buttigieg's book, but by the end of that conversation with her, she was ready to go read Yang's book. And so I went out the next day and bought her a copy from the bookstore and brought it back to her. And I just got a text from the Des Moines office just 2 days ago, since I've been up in Ames the last few days, and apparently she swung by the office the other day and left a present for me of some kind.
Wow.
I don't know what it is yet. And so when I head back down to Des Moines tomorrow, I'm going to go check out what my present is and then go back to her house, thank her, and see if I can get her to sign and commit to Caucus. So,
There you go.
we'll see.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's the best present
Little
I could
did
ask
she know.
for. Yeah, that'd be the best thing I could ask for sure. And yeah, I've had a few other experiences like that with some of the older crowd, and I guess I have just been kind of told in general I'm pretty good at canvassing, but I think if you're just genuine and well versed in Yang's message, it's the easiest message to vouch for. So like, you know.
Yeah, I love talking about Yang. It's so,
Yeah,
it's so, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Me, I am the best at cold approach canvassing in the wild, which doesn't work as well here because there's not crowds out here, so I'm having to adapt a lot. I enjoy the challenge. Like, I was talking to business owners, and we got 3 businesses on Welch Ave right across from campus to have Yang signs, so that was cool. I love this gorilla shit. I think like I have Mongol like in my blood, and like this is like me playing out like in this lifetime in this civilized style, like a real like scouting mission or something. What else? Yeah, I think that's I also wanted to say that I've been studying and practicing like mindfulness in connection with people, and it's really helped me just be here. Yeah.
I want to say that this thing you put together, this accelerator, has been like I've been here for just a day, but I'm just like blown away, and I think it's a really awesome thing that you've done here in Ames, and I can see everyone hanging out and kind of stuff we're doing is just great. So you've done a good job with that. And that's
Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
All right. Any closing comments? Because I think it's 6:05 now. Maybe we can just freeform a little bit. Let loose.
Questions from the audience? I mean,
Oh, yeah, let's see.
Last of this on Twitter. How many viewers we got?
We got 20.
There you go.
And it was
Get
24
those
at one
numbers
point.
up, Yang Gang. Come on now. Zach and Matt show, they're kicking our ass right now.
They're busy up there canvassing.
Yeah.
Those calls.
Somebody said, after I listened to Scott read Agrarian Justice, I was hooked on UBI.
Nice.
You can make UBI appeal to every aspect of humans, really. It's any ideology.
Yep.
Let's see. Yang Gang, you're the best. Shout out to Scott.
Hey, shout out
I'm kind of going in reverse order of the comments, but going back. Somebody asked who's gonna be precinct captains. I think I'm supposed to be one.
I think you should be one.
I have to catch up on that. I so am procrastinating on that. Gonzo was here. Oh,
Oh, Gonzo.
Asif is here.
Oh, hello. Still?
I don't know.
Still here?
Is everybody? Steve Oberdang, Greg Shue. Can you tell Scott that his 2-hour interview on the Redhead Redemption channel was very informative and one of the better long-form conversations detailing UBI I've seen?
Cool. Yeah. Thanks for watching.
That was just the today one, right? Earlier? No.
No,
the other
that
day.
was that was the Red Dead Redemption channel that came out. I think it was like September or October. Or when was the LA rally?
Hmm.
No,
I think there was one in September. I think.
I think it's probably September, October, something like that. But yeah.
All right. Let's see. Let's close this. And before I'll mention a few things. Scott is doing a lecture on ISU, Iowa State University campus tomorrow at 7, talking about universal basic income. And we're all gonna go to the Chappelle show in an hour or so.
Got one last question for that. Regarding
Chappelle
the
show?
Chappelle show. What do you guys think? And what does Room think on the ratio of just people that like Chappelle and people that are Yang Gang and also like Chappelle? What's the ratio gonna be?
Maybe 50-50.
If it's 50-50, we gotta get a Yang Gang chance going.
Uh-huh.
Be the first group to successfully derail Dave Chappelle.
I'm down. I'm down.
I hope it's not 50-50. I mean, because
it'd be higher
so many
than
people
that.
can be yanged by
Yeah.
just going
That's
to the
true.
Chappelle show.
Yeah, I mean- I almost
Guys
did. I
think
will.
Yang's gonna show up too. I'm pretty sure he will. Like,
I will hope you will.
he could be of all the places he could have been doing town halls in Iowa today. He was this close to the Chappelle show. He's got it. He's gonna make a surprise appearance.
I think.
No,
I'd be surprised if he didn't. To be
No, I
honest.
think we're fine.
I'd be surprised
And we
too.
don't know what happened last time because there's no cameras.
I have some inside information, but
He'll probably be in the audience.
All right, you keep it in suspense for us. Okay. That was a cool talk, guys.
Right now, just.
All right.
Good night, everybody.